Hello, this is Steve Sassman from VROwnersGuide.com and the Owner Spotlight. Today I have with me Becky McIntyre, who has a great vacation rental in Bisbee, Arizona. So we're going to talk to her and find out all about her and her vacation rental. Hello, Becky.
Hi, Steve.
So how are you? Let's tell us a little bit about your vacation rental. Where do you live now, and why did you pick Bisbee, Arizona?
I live in Northern California with my husband and 2 dogs. We picked Bisbee because a couple of years ago we were there on vacation for a couple weeks, and we just loved that town. Just loved it, and so we started looking for a place.
Great, great. What was so great about it? I mean, what were the details that brought you to Bisbee and made you so enchanted with it?
Well, we went to Bisbee in the first place because we'd had a huge amount of snow here in Northern California the winter before. So my husband wanted to get away from some of that winter. Bisbee has phenomenal weather pretty much year-round. It's very unusual for Arizona, but they don't have very much snow, and it doesn't get really hot there either. So it just has great weather. So that's how we ended up there. What attracted us to the town after we got there was that great little downtown and the rolling hills all over town. I mean, you can just walk up and down hills and look at a lot of homes that were built in the early parts of the 20th century.
Wow, interesting. So yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of neat history, and it's just a charming little town. What's the population there? Do you know?
Population is pretty much what it is where we live now. It's about 5,000, and it's mostly tourists and retirees and some hippies.
That's a good mix.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know why you picked Bisbee. What about your particular place? What drew you to that? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's really easy. When we walked through the gate, the original gate for this house, you walk into this path that was built probably around 1903. And you walk in, and you walk into this courtyard, and we just loved that. I mean, without seeing the house, we told the realtor, this is it. And
Oh, wow.
It just felt like that.
Yeah, it was that easy.
Yeah. And then you walk into the house, and it's just cute. It was built around, the original parts of the house, the 2 bedrooms, were built around 1889, 1888, somewhere in there. And then they added on to the house after that. So it's just charming.
Fantastic. So instead of talking about it, let's go ahead and do a screen share, and you can walk us through some of the photos of your place so people can get a visual of what you're talking about.
Okay, so this first picture is essentially what we saw when we first walked through that patio a couple years ago. There's a gate over in the beginning here. This fence didn't exist. It was another little short fence that was there. My husband built this new one. So you walk through, and you've got some very short, shallow brick steps that you come up on. And then you're going to see where the patio set is here in the back? You come around the corner to get to the front door. So you can't actually see the house from the gate, and you can't see the street, from the street at all.
Right.
That was the first thing we saw. This is a picture of the courtyard. Patio furniture added to it.
And it's dog friendly. I can see your
Oh yes, that's our little white boxer puppy Joey right there when he was little. And you can see the house is completely walled and fenced, so nobody can get in or out without going through that lock gate. This is the front of the house with furniture on the porch and French doors.
Uh-huh.
I'll just show you a few more. That's the view from the patio.
There's the rolling hills you were talking about.
Yes, yes. It's completely different on the other side. There's nothing built up here, but on the other side behind us, there are little streets up and down the town where you can just walk up and down. Literally streets that were built before cars.
Wow, that's amazing.
This is the dining area, and you can see the kitchen is behind it. So it's really just one big room there with a couple of bedrooms and a bath. So
how many typically stay there? Is it 2 or 4 or?
Often couples, 2 couples. Sometimes we have a family with 2 to 4 children. We have had 3 couples in there. One of them has to be willing to sleep on a futon though, because there are only 2 bedrooms.
Sure. Okay.
This shows you the kitchen in the back here, dining area, and a couple of the leather chairs here. The TV is actually off here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
These are original hardwood floors that we just redid. We literally ripped them up, refinished them, put them back down in you can see it's a pattern now with old wood and new wood. Very dog friendly and kid friendly though. It's pretty hard to hurt that floor. And last picture, I'll just show you one of the bedrooms. These bedrooms were the original part of the house. These are adobe walls. They're 18 inches wide. And both rooms have queen beds just like this one. They have new windows.
Okay, well, cool. That looks like a great, very charming place. I love it. So, okay, so Becky, I wanted to ask you what has worked for you so far and helped you become a successful owner and had really good success with booking your vacation rental out very solidly.
Okay, there are a couple things. First of all, we are experienced travelers. We've rented just in this last, say, 6 or 7 months, 6 vacation rentals around the United States and in Europe. So we know what we like. We've made our house comfortable that way. We know if you're going to cook, you're going to want certain things. You're going to want sharp knives. You're going to want good appliances. You're going to want a dishwasher. You're going to want those basic things. We also know that if you're bringing an animal, you're going to want the animal to be comfortable in the house, and you're going to want to not have to worry about your animal or your child destroying things. So our house isn't full of little knickknacks or things that are going to get broken or knocked off shelves. But what we do have is hundreds of videos, hundreds of books, which we replace all the time. We want people to be comfortable there, and we get feedback like that. People say, oh, I really liked watching the movies when I had a long day. We do have people that come in for more than a day or two. We have people that come in just for a weekend. You know, they're not going to do a lot of cooking if they're on vacation. But people that come in for a month, by gosh, they're living there. So it's more like their home. Yeah, we want it to be more like their home then. So we've made it comfortable because it is, in fact, our second home. It isn't just an empty house that we leave there all year. We're there a lot.
That's great. That's great. And I really like the fact that since you are a traveler, you get to see it from the other perspective, and that really helps you perfect your own vacation rental, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, we find it helpful that way.
Cool. So, Becky, is there anything that's hard still as an experienced owner that you still struggle with?
I would say marketing, probably. You know, there are so many places to market now. You know, keeping up with your Facebook page and your blog and your various, you know, your website and your VRBO posting and HomeAway posting and all those things, that takes time. So
yeah.
That's my biggest struggle, really, is to keep up with that.
Okay, that's a great point. And, you know, but that's the thing, and you already mentioned, though, that you respond very, very quickly, which has really helped your response rate and your conversion rate. So I think that's something that other owners should take notice of.
Yes, I think it makes a big difference because, you know, when somebody sends out an inquiry of your house, unless they're going directly to your website, say if they're going through VRBO, they might be sending out 5 to 10 inquiries at the very same time. So if they're looking, and maybe it's a spur of the moment trip that they're going to do a week or maybe a few days somewhere, if you're the first one to respond and no one else responds for hours, they may very well book with you before anyone else gets back to them.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you very, very much, Becky. It's been a pleasure having you on, and we will talk to you in the future.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Bye.
Bye.